What is it like to play a course that measures 8,191 yards? It's my first time ever playing a course of that distance. I felt like I had to do it, especially recording on the golf course. I felt like for the experience sake, I should just do it. I thought it would be absolutely devastating. I thought it would just be a grinding, grueling round, but I found it to be nice. I hit the ball well, and hitting fairways and hitting your long irons well is crucial if you're playing a course of that distance. But to give you some sense of maybe a typical par 3 or a par 4 or par 5, I'd say a typical par 3 would have been 210 yards. Some of them were longer, but were downhill. We did have one that was 245. That was pretty tough. Had to hit a hybrid off of that one. On the other par 3s, I was able to hit an iron, which was nice. Typical par 4, I would say 490 yards, something about in that distance. And if you're hitting a decent drive, let's say you hit a drive, you're poking it out there about 290 in the fairway, you're only having about 205 yards in, depending on the pin position and the elevation. So I was hitting a lot of 5 and 6 irons into greens. Fortunately, I was hitting my 5 and 6 iron pretty well. Same with my 4 iron. And the par 5s were about, I'd say a typical par 5 was 600 yards. And from that distance, you're usually not getting home in 2, right? You're just hitting the drive, you're laying up to a number about 100, 115 yards out, whatever you prefer, and you're trying to make birdie from there. I will say there was one par 5 that measured, I think it was about, the card said 610, but I think it was more of like 590 when you adjust it for the slope. So let's say it's playing 590. I hit a drive out there, get up to my drive in the fairway after I smoked one, had 298 coming in, right? So I was having a good round and decided just to hit a 6 iron layup. Wanted to just lay it in there somewhere inside 100 yards and just try to stick it tight. Ended up making birdie, so that was a good decision. But after I hit my layup with a 6 iron, I dropped down an extra ball, grabbed my 3-wood, and just said, you know what, we're 298. I just want to see where this ball goes. I'm just going to swing, see how far I can hit it, see how close to the green I can get it. And I absolutely hit a rocket, okay? I hit a rocket up there, headed straight at the green, and I get up there, it has dribbled onto the front of the green. These greens are huge, right? So this green might have been 35 yards long. Pin might have been, middle back. But I dribbled it up onto the front of the green, probably hit it over 280, that 3-wood. And that was pretty cool, So my point is that it's long, but it's not the kind of long that it's just not fun to play. If you're hitting the ball well, you're hitting the ball in the fairway, which I was that day. And again, I'm reminding you that these fairways are a lot wider than most courses that you're used to playing, right? So we're talking about pretty wide fairways there where even your misses sometimes are in the fairway. So if you're hitting the ball decent and you're playing in the summertime, which I am, summertime heat, the ball's traveling, the ball's flying, it's not that far. 8,200 yards didn't feel like 8,200 yards. It felt like 7,500 yards. So it's doable, and I had a lot of fun doing it, but just wanted to give you a sense of what the average hole was like. And again, this was just one of those days where I was on, okay? I was pulling up to a par 3 that was 200 yards, and I didn't have my rangefinder. I wasn't getting the exact scope of the pin. I was getting the distance to the middle. I was kind of doing some math, grabbing the club. I'd grab a 6 iron, and I just hit a nice rising 6 iron 10 feet from the pin, and I make the putt for birdie. It was just one of those days, and of course every hole didn't go like that, but ended up 3 over par through 16 holes, playing from, as you know, the tips. So it was a great round, had a lot of fun. Just wanted to kind of share my experience of playing this with you. If you ever get a chance to play a course of over 8,000 yards, I'd encourage you to do it. If you're hitting the ball well, if you can hit it over 280 yards off the tee, give it a try. Just give it a try. It's a different experience. You're hitting a lot of long irons, but had a lot of fun. So thank you so much for tuning in to this video. The Golf Clan here, Dougie Barnard, signing off. We will see you soon.